All right, welcome back to our 12 days of cell salts. Today is day 11. We are presenting a different cell salt each day in December 2021 at 12 noon. So we've got December the 12th month at 12 noon, the 12 cell salts, and we are going through these to help you to understand the cell salts better. If you missed the introduction, you might want to go back and watch that. And then, of course, we have 10 other cell salts before this one. Today, day 11, I'm doing Nat Sulph, which is sodium sulphate, made from sodium sulphate. This is number one for head injury. I believe that if you get a head injury, and I mean a serious head injury, then you should take Nat Sulph. You should do arnica, and you should also take Nat Sulph to prevent anything terrible from happening. So you can take it when you bonk your head, or but also Dr. Jude, who is Dr. Murphy's wife, she says that extensive dental work is also injurious. So,
Wow.
you might want to take Nat Sulph if you've had extensive dental work. And Nat Sulph can be used in a mild jar to the head or a major, head injury, like I already said. You could do 30C for 5 days for an old injury, or you could do 6X twice per day for 2 weeks and then once per day for 4 weeks. Those are just a couple of different ways you might think of using this remedy for head injuries. Nat Sulph is your liver cleanser. So if your liver's congested, you might think to put a castor oil pack on at night, and then Nat Sulph is going to come and clean that up. So Nat Sulph also promotes the elimination of water. If you have foul smelling gas, you might need Nat Sulph.
I know a couple
So
people.
if you have, yeah, I have a couple dogs.
Yes.
Sometimes those dogs sit in here with me while I'm working, and I'm like trying everything not to make my face go wild because they're passing
So
gas while I'm trying to
smelly.
work. Yeah. So you might have swollen hands and feet, itchy skin, never well since a head injury. So maybe you have headaches ever since a head injury, or epilepsy, or anything else. If you can pinpoint you had this head injury and then after that you started having this trouble, then you might think to use Nat Sulph. Again, sulph is in Nat Sulph, so you're going to think of yellow discharges from anywhere, maybe a bitter taste in the mouth. I want to just present to you that 6C in any remedy is fairly close to 12X. So if you have to supplement or use something different because you can't get, maybe you can't get a 12X, then you could use a 6C because the C potencies are usually easier to find. And then a 12C is like a 24X. I know Washington sells those odd, like 24X. They would have something like that there. So Nat Sulph is great for constipation. This is worse with damp, cold, or humid. This clears the system. It's enema-like.
Mm.
And this person might be cheerful after a stool. So if you've ever been constipated,
Mm-hmm.
then I bet you can totally relate. That
Well,
after
and
you have a stool, you're
especially
like,
if
praise the
this is a
Lord.
good cleansing remedy, it sounds like. So
Mm,
once that is out of you, I mean, you do feel better.
yeah, you do feel a lot better. Yes. So this is great for bronchial catarrhs, respiratory conditions, asthma. You might have a sick headache, colic, IBS, and the mental picture of Nat Sulph has, you could use the higher potencies in the mental and emotional aspects, but it's they have a quote jaundiced view of life. They're just depressed,
Mm.
and their personality changes after a head injury. So maybe they didn't used to be depressed or sad, and now they are since a head injury. then you would think of Nat Sulph. So, thank you for listening, watching. Thanks for hanging out with Bree and I during our 12 days of cell salts. Tomorrow is the last day, so please join us for day 12 when Bree will teach us all about silica.